3 years ago, I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. Never been an outdoorsy person ever. Lost my hair.
Wow.
That was how I ended up getting into that wig world, because I was like, I'm a hairstylist. I have to have hair. And I'm a successful hairstylist. I like kind of lost my identity a little bit. So I started going down the market. Like there was this UK woman, and she made them, and she's fabulous. She sells them for like 10 grand a pop. And I'm like, how does she do that? So I started to go down that, whole rabbit hole. To your point, I started using Divi, which is essential oils as well. And it definitely grew my hair back. I went through Lyme treatment as well. I went through a holistic doctor, and I had to do it for an entire year. And I got my hair back to the point that I could wear extensions and the top of my hair grew. But I was like you, I had a topper with extensions, but I was not confident. Back then, there is a huge market for it because it looks fake. Most of them look fake.
So hard to get them to look real.
So hard to get.
I think Bob's designs, it's this part.
It's the front.
It's the front, but it's also the back. You know what I mean?
2 points.
Where that line crosses.
The scalp.
And this is where you have to think of hair growth patterns.
Right.
Right?
You're
like
right.
You're creating like these angles.
And the shadows.
And the shadows, and the depth too, right?
Yeah.
The color depth of them are interesting.
Yeah.
Lyme disease from a tick?
I don't know. I was in high school, and I came down really sick. I had this bite on my neck, and they had said it was a brown recluse. But basically what happened was I was like, something is wrong with me. I had had all my babies, and I was like, I shouldn't be this tired. I ended up taking a Everlywell Lyme test, and I wasn't getting the results back. And finally, I picked up their phone call because it was like a random number, and they're like, we've been trying to get a hold of you for weeks. We don't put this out. It's really hard to test positive for Lyme disease, like very hard. And they're like, you tested so positive. I mean, they wouldn't put it in my thing because, I guess people freak out.
They do.
But it did spin me for a minute, but I was like, okay, I'm going to solve this problem.
I left New York because of Lyme disease.
Right.
Really?
And apparently
everybody got it.
Yeah.
I'm an aromatherapist.
Okay.
That's my thing. I'm a perfumist,
I bought a
aromatherapist.
sauna,
and
then I did all these tinctures, and that's how I healed myself.
Well, and I did it for
Like,
protection.
Surfing too. Surfing has cured Lyme disease.
Really?
Yeah, I read a book about it.
Like salt
Is
water?
it the salt water?
No, it's like the experience of surfing.
Really?
The guy had Lyme disease and tried a bunch of things, and then he got into surfing. And
Interesting.
It cured it.
So it was like the earth.
I guess it was
watched
just,
my
connecting
doctor-
with the energy of the world. I don't know.
I watched my doctor go from was beautiful. He's like holistic doctor in New York. Badass guy. All the miracles he had, he went down to 95 pounds.
Wow.
Lost his business. Couldn't function. Couldn't work. No cure worked for him. My godmother got it in New York. Everybody got it.
It's terrible.
And then, me and my dog, I kayak every day. I surf every day. We're in the Hamptons. It's like there's summertime in, Central Park. And then I just was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I came back to work, but I didn't go out. I just moved to LA, and LA was my outdoor life. And then my indoor life was, because that thing is everywhere.
Yeah.
Bless me. But it's so interesting on the body what it does.
Yeah.
These are problems to solve.
Right.
And these are reasons why, hair extensions, in my opinion, so many, between people getting their scalp ripped off, which I've dealt with a bunch of those.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the elevators in New York or the escalators.
Yeah, just
That's
bringing
so
it back and letting them know we're educated.
Right.
There's a way to do this right. We care about your hair. We're not just trying to give you hair.
Right.
Yeah.
We care about your hair after, before, during.
And how you feel.
Yes.
I always say I'm in the business to keep hair on your head, not take it off.
Yeah.
Someone wants me to do some crazy blonde. I'm like, girl, I ain't your person because
Right.
you don't have the hair
Basically,
that
I'm
can withstand that
can we
lightener.
just fry it today. I want to
Right.
be really blonde. I'm
I've been
I'm gonna get you really
switching
blonde.
to
We're not frying it.
all ammonia-free. I normally do both keratin bleach with ammonia-free, but I've been switching just to ammonia-free.
What do you use?
I'm using this new product called Guardo. I don't remember the name of it, but I see the bottle or the canister. I've been using a few other lines, but this one seems to I have to get out of yellow. That's my number one goal.
Oh, same.
I got to get out of yellow.
Yeah.
But I want to get out of there
because half the
pretty
time-
fast, and I want to get out there ammonia-free.
Interesting.
And I'm hitting it pretty beautifully. I've used ammonia-free for probably 25 years-ish, 30 years maybe. But sometimes you need ammonia.
Yeah.
You know, if I got a Latin woman,
Definitely
she
need
get pneumonia.
Yeah.
You know,
need it.
it takes a
Yeah.
long time to get out of that like,
have to
yellow and
scrape
gold.
Powers
there.
in the powder.
Well, their hair is so strong.
It is.
But I load them up with that oil treatment. I don't do
Interesting.
any color without oil first. And I've been trying to work this for like 35 years with hairdressers. Put oil on before you do color. You know, they got all this stuff in their hair. They got all this product in their hair. Okay, you can wash their hair, start fresh, but then it's too clean.
Yeah.
Grease it down, but get her greasy so you can go further.
Yeah. I started using Milbon.
Oh, yeah.
And with my kit came olive oil.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that
time.
you said that. And I was like, what's this? And they're like, use it with your lightener. And I was like, shit, this is awesome.
And Milbon's badass.
Yeah, it's so
It's
badass.
like one of the only brands other than I'd say GF that isn't like garbage.
Yeah.
Because they I mean, it's from Japan.
It's
made in
amazing.
Japan.
Yeah.
If we could make hair extensions in Japan, I would.
Yeah.
They don't have the infrastructure to do it, but Japan's amazing, and like Milbon's.
Yeah.
When I go into salons and they have Milbon, I'm like, okay,
You know what
guys-
you're doing.
You need
Yeah.
Beauvoir now because like I'm aspiring to be the Milbon of hair extensions.
Oh, see, I love that. So I switched completely to Milbon. I don't use
Oh, good.
anything else. Yeah. Because, I mean, there's a few things like the wow shit that
Yeah, there's
like,
some
makes
stuff.
everybody's hair soft. But really, what I love about it is it does what it says it's going to do. And there's just no, like, with shades. Oh, I got to put this in there to make it the right color. You know, I shouldn't have to do that. I want to put, you know, a beige on you and it turns beige.
Right.
I don't want to have to, like, you know,
Right.
do the guessing game.
So do you have your clients what do you have them put in their hair extensions?
So I have been using their fine oil, and then they have a humidity blocking oil that I love, but it's a little heavy for like the very fine hair.
Yeah.
And there is a market for probably something that you've got.
Well,
over here.
so the oil treatment, I just gave it to his wife for the new line. It's 50% essential oil.
Okay.
This
I would
is
love to try it.
25%, but the 50% allows it to go in, penetrate greaselessly, and they're easily shampooed. I just changed the shampoo to organic,
Okay.
but I use reishi mushroom too. Guardo reishi mushroom is a
nice.
topical DHT blocker. With my aromatherapy combination, Guardo, not the vanilla bourbon, but it's Madagascar fresh pressed for me.
Right.
With the most, I'm not a bourbon drinker, but my friend is one of the best. So he did all the press for me, and it's the purest vanilla you can get.
Okay.
So I added that in just for the aroma, the romanticism
Everyone
of it.
loves vanilla.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a romantic, happy flavor.
There's
Yes.
this oil that I have been using, and it's called Truff Love, which is the most annoying name ever. But it's made with truffle mushrooms.
Oh yeah, no, truffles is
Truffle.
good
And it
too.
Okay.
smells amazing. I'm like, okay, get over the name. It's kind of cheesy packaging, but it's blue, so
The
it's not
packaging
orange.
does it for me though. Like I'm
I
like, okay,
know.
you better be really good. if you look
Terrible.
like
I
that.
know. I always see people, and I'm like, God, if they just repackaged
Well,
They
I
spent a
put
lot of money
on.
truffles.
I,
Isn't that the truth?
have you ever
Bob
read the
knows.
book Water? About how like they take a drop of water and turn it into a beautiful snowflake by saying the word love on it. And they were like, how did that happen? And then they took that same drop of water and wrote on the bottle hate, and the water looked like some messy, ugly, greasy monster. Same water film.
Interesting.
So what you say on products is very important. I've always had like love affirmations on all my product lines, but this one I use the flower of life too, right? This sort of aspect of energy. It's collective in its own form, but it changes the formula inside to making it 100% high quality. Like you cannot put on the back of a packaging. This is why I love this new concept of all our packaging. They're like people are really thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm developing for me, but I see other things. I'm like, oh, Guardo, like the beautiful energies make the internals even more beautiful. Bob has hearts all over his packaging. I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait, does he?
If it's gonna sell the product better, I'll do it.
Bob's like,
But you know, the idea that the
Packaging
love
is
that he puts
beautiful.
in.
It's clean.
It is
it's
clean,
beautiful.
perfect.
I love.
There's
But he
nothing
picks
worse
the
than
hair.
cheesy.
He's putting the conscious love in it. Even asking for the best quality
Yes.
is thinking of what's going on.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
hair
first day I
cares a
met
lot.
Bob, he was like, I'll replace it if it sucks. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what? Nobody says that.
No one
No
says
one
that.
says
Nobody.
that.
Well,
No
this is
one.
what's so nice.
They
'cause
don't
I
care.
just jumped
After
back
they
into
throw
this
it at
business.
you, they don't care after that.
I was
Either.
tired of it all. I did a lot of keratin. I did a lot of stuff, but the hair was crap.
Yeah.
I couldn't even find good hair. And my manufacturer in New York for an extension is ridiculous. You know?
You mean price wise?
Well, it takes 2 weeks to, custom made.
No.
Yeah, you can't do
Everything
it.
is,
No.
So it's 2 weeks, not that quick.
People want instant gratification,
Instant.
which is
Yes.
also why I love you. Because I was like, one of the reasons I was late today was this client needed new hair. Her hair was shit. And I was like, girl, I do not want to put this back on your head. I'm like, guess what? I'm going to do a podcast at this awesome extension place Beauvoir. And I'm like, let's buy you new hair. I was like, I'll fit you in tomorrow. I really don't have time for her. Don't air that. But I'm going to find a spot for her.
Yes.
And I'm like, Bob
Always.
can't be mad that I'm 5 minutes late because I just sold
Always
more
on
hair.
time. Yeah.
Well, you know,
But-
when he's picking, when the company's involved with what they do, which most people, these companies no longer are involved. You know what I
Right.
mean? They don't care where their hair comes
They
from.
leave it.
They're getting the cheapest, best thought quality,
Yeah.
maybe cuticle aligned. If half of it is really, we don't know.
That's
It
the
looks
thing.
really good at first.
Is it
Yeah.
actually,
Is it actually?
cuticle?
human hair or is it
Is
cat
it?
hair?
Well, they don't
Absolutely. Yeah,
really
is
tell
it
you.
Horse hair.
Yeah.
When I met Bob, how long ago did we meet? What was our
I was
thing?
with Greg and that woman who flew in on the private plane or whatever.
Yeah, that was a while
Who's
ago.
that?
But he
That
showed
woman?
Well,
showed
I
up.
met this guy at like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
This woman came. She's from Aspen or something. right?
Yeah.
For extensions at
Oh.
9 o'clock at night.
Oh.
met
I
her
work
downtown.
24
Greg's
hours a
like, "You
day."
meet downtown at 9 o'clock. I'm like, dude, it's like 9 o'clock. And we go to this salon and there's
It's
like
Tuesday.
one lady there and Giacomo's there. And I'm like, hey man, what's up? Anyways, she got extensions. And
Beautiful. She's still running. But that's how we got in. I had talked to people. I didn't want to deal with any negative hair. Somehow his name popped in through Greg, through my friend Rochelle, through another friend, and then I was like, really? Let me make sure. And then they
Oh,
came in
really?
and proved me to be very grateful to meet them, and that
Interesting.
changed my
That flipped
another
you back
move
in.
again to get back into this and to do it a little bit better and healthier. I mean, I always want to try newer things to,
Yes.
you know what I mean, fix
Yes.
problems that I think, you know, you have a client that comes in with 30 hairs on her head, right?
me.
Emergency, 911,
guilty.
I'm the 30 hair girl.
right? How do you get it done and make it look right, make them feel right? And how do you do it with them feeling comfortable, especially in where you work? Like I always say, like, it's nice to be private. You know, for this kind of industry, I've always had private shops all over the country, and I love that you get that moment with them. And when
Yeah.
you have an assistant, you know, you want that assistant to be cool too, right?
Right.
For
They can't
sure.
like take off their wig and show these crazy hair underneath, and then go, you know, the assistant's like, oh, you know,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes.
You know what happens
Yes,
like that.
I've had an assistant do that.
Are you using that fireplace at your shop?
I will be when the winter comes.
We don't
Fireplace?
we don't
He's got
get
a fireplace in
winter.
his shop that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's
Kinda
amazing.
like
It's an all rock building with like a Santa Fe style fireplace
Yeah,
with
it's so
beautiful windows.
I'm
I don't like it in a little
I'm coming
park
there in the
setting,
winter.
and It's nice.
Like, I'm in.
You're
I
right.
mean, we have
Come
like
over, use it anytime.
Yeah.
we have like a half a day of winter here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I'll
last
use it
winter
for
was fun.
sure though.
Yeah.
Definitely from November till February, I'll be
Yeah.
having that thing
the
cranked on.
smell.
Well, from Orange
Just
County, there's a
smoke
lot more
smell.
winter
I
here
don't care. A
than
little
there.
smoke
For
smell. But yeah,
It's a cool
That's
space. How many square
cool.
feet is that place?
I don't really know. I think like right under 1,000.
Is it just you?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a freestanding building too.
Yeah, it's freestanding. It used to be a nunnery meditation center for a single nun at a time. So
I
it's
need to see
designed for
this.
this like it has really great energy in there. It's Civil War
Wow.
history, but remodified. Seton Hospital owns it, but it's under a nonprofit for money for children.
Okay.
So they keep it real stable. It's really
That
cool.
place too,
And
like
we have
the
so many other
landlord is-
shops.
The
Yeah,
landlord is
neat.
Seton
Yeah.
Hospital.
probably the Catholic Church.
If we're getting down there. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure. They own Seton Hospital
That
too.
is
But it used to be a nunnery. It's under their
We'll have to come
foundation.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for
You have to come to Buda, and
I will
then
come to
I'll go
Buda.
to Terrytown.
Perfect.
Is that Terrytown where that is?
Yeah, it's Terrytown.
Okay.
Because
it's, like,
that's
kinda
that's
downtown.
far.
I'm right next
That's
to
like
Kendra
Waco
Scott's,
for me.
on like 35th and
Wow. Okay.
I mean Lamar and 35th Street,
Okay.
and then there's like or like I think they call it Ascension Hospital.
Mhm,
But it's cool. It's
Ascension.
really beautiful over there. Had a lot of homeless problems downtown. I used to have to pick my clients up. I was at 12th and Lamar downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Really beautiful area too. But
'Cause there's no
dang, it was like a
parking.
nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm glad I'm a badass because if I wasn't, these dudes would have manhandled me and
Hell
my
yeah.
clients. I don't know how many people I got arrested,
Yeah.
but I have to pick them up out of the car, take them into my shop, take them back to the car.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And that's
Wow.
downtown Austin. You know, this is just outside of it.
What service?
Do
Yeah.
we think it's getting better?
What service?
Oh, they loved it too.
That's like
But, you know.
valet VIP.
Pretty much.
Parking at your place is great.
It can be
Well, unless it's full.
unless
I've
it's
never
full.
been to Beauta, so I don't
Yes.
know.
Unless
pretty bad.
Me
Unless
neither.
it's
I want to go though. I want to
I've
go
never
see it.
been,
I've
yeah.
never been.
'Cause then
I
all
want to
the
see. I hear it's
parking
great.
is
Yeah, we gotta
We should
go.
go explore.
Yeah.
I'll go with you. I'll meet you up
Okay.
there.
Yeah, I've never been.
I get the spot right in front of
You actually do.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, "That's your hair guy coming in like that?" Like they're
That's called angel
expectant.
spots.
And he- yeah.
He doesn't look like a
In his-
stylist or like
in his-
hair at
He's
all.
like, I'm not.
In
I
his
just.
I'm not.
in his sports car with his little blue bag, you
Uh-huh.
know. It's awesome.
I know, right?
I mean, that is a little badass
It
portion.
is
yeah.
pretty
It
badass.
is.
I do love
It
that.
is.
It is
Yeah.
pretty badass.
Yeah.
He's got some sweet cars.
But
Yeah.
everybody always feels lucky when they get that front row spot. They're like,
I feel lucky.
yeah,
I'm like, wow,
yeah.
it's right in front. Cool.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Parking. Like, I love this
The
joint. We have
parking is
so
good at
much
your
parking.
place, too.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got the best part. I had like 250 people for my opening party.
I mean, that is
Wow,
that's
that's a lot.
unusual. It
Parking
really
everywhere.
is.
Yeah, we
Parking
got a
sucks
lot.
where I am.
It's pretty great.
Last time we got a hotel room to go to his party, but then we like hit the pool, we had some drinks, and we got drunk, and she passed out. And I woke up at like 10:30. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get the chocolate.
That's probably when it got started.
Yeah.
Well, I got there right when the DJ started to go, and the horse was getting involved, and it was like, super cool.
Yeah, it was a pretty good
You
party.
were like kind of sober, or were you
So
sober?
I sobered up. I was actually like burnt out, and then I had to have a couple drinks at the party. But yeah, it was
It was a good
That's
crew.
fun.
It was a good party.
Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
meet
You really
everybody.
worked the crowd, man. Like it was,
I like that.
I can't imagine that
awesome.
he wouldn't.
Yeah,
the crowd. I was like, man, this
Yeah.
guy's good at this.
You
Yeah.
like touch everybody in the room somehow. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
I
Yeah, I
like the
moved.
guy who makes GF. I'm like, who's that guy over there with like the golf outfit on?
totally out
He
of
was, like,
place.
my
totally out of
manufacturer.
place, and he's like, that's my like.
He's also one of
Super
the
nerd.
great. He has a weed company making gummy bear
Oh.
stuff. So he's like,
Dude, that guy
Of
does not look like the
course.
type of
he's
guy
got
who'd
two
be making
companies,
That's the
hair
ones you have to watch out
manufacturer.
for.
Okay.
He
Like
looks
real
like-
weed
he
or
looks
like the
someone's
Delta?
dad.
He
Like,
turns.
that guy
He
just got off
turn.
the
He
golf
makes.
course.
He makes 100 THC gummies.
Oh.
100.
They're like-
Like different strains?
No, 100 like strength wise.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit. Milligrams.
Yeah, he's like a scientist, so he makes them. I've been
does
in there and I'm like,
100
there's
strength-
so much weed in there. These
I don't think I
giant
wanna
bags of
take
weed.
100
I
milligrams.
cannot
I don't
take
even
it.
want to take
I am not that
5.
guy.
I'm
but,
like in the corner, like,
Like, let me just nibble
Get-
on
but
it.
he does it for
high.
like the medical.
oh, okay.
Oh,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean?
Dude, he
For
supplies
pain.
the
You know,
gummies.
I-
We supply the hair. We got the medical.
And then we got
That
products.
is-
There you
Your
go.
patients hooked up.
If I could get weed into my thing and get people high with shampoo, that'd be dope. I'm just kidding.
Straight through the,
Right?
straight through their brain.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
This
Trust
is-
me, I asked him because I was like looking at all the different properties of weed, and my best friend is also a big weed manufacturer, but
Yeah.
pharmaceutical, 7%. That's it. But like he's 100% for like extreme patients. She's 7, but she gave me all the different diaphragm. I met all her scientists, and I was like, should I put it in the product?
Right.
Does it make that difference? Is it something I'm going to be able to claim? At the end of the day,
There's no benefits.
not a million.
Yeah.
Not
We
really.
don't know what strength you're going to get in each application.
Well, and you don't want
Yeah, that's
to
the problem, right?
put it on the. It doesn't penetrate like through skin, nor is it doing like a DHT. You know, if it had some properties, and there are probably some little principal properties that you could, but did it? No. I mean, aromatherapy is what the human body likes.
right.
You know,
There's so
for
much truth to that.
topical.
There is because it's
Yeah.
instant.
It is.
Like you
It
s-
is.
the
Boom.
smell,
Again, instant gratification.
instant
Yeah.
gratification.
Yeah,
yes.
women love it. I mean, I would say men do too, but
Men
in
love
our-
Men
it
do
too.
too.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Like the distance between like when you decide to do something and that thing is fulfilled.
Yes.
Like if it's a shorter distance, there's more dopamine.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right. So it's like if someone
Absolutely.
can get their product, they order it today and they get it tomorrow, then they get more dopamine. from it.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's like a
Absolutely.
good idea to fulfill
Yeah.
as fast as possible.
It is.
That's
It
an
is.
interesting one too. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's like literally how I sold that lady on new extensions. I
Right
was like,
away.
I'm going there today.
Well, that's what I
And she
love
was
about
like, yeah,
Bob. I was
sold.
like, he's like, I'll deliver it.
Well, that's
I
why
was
we
like,
keep
okay.
inventory in the salon.
I
too,
need to
'cause
do
if
that,
somebody
Bob. That's
wants-
probably my next step. is
especially
getting
like
some-
just
It is
fill-ins,
important.
Guys,
like
people-
with the fusion.
People carry shampoo and conditioner, like which
Yes.
is fine, but the margin. I mean,
the margin's not as large.
It's lower value, lower margin, right? And
yeah.
it's totally legit retail product. I'm not, but sell one 22-inch machine weft, and it's like selling the entire rack of shampoo.
Products.
No,
It
that's
is.
true. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
It's
very
just
true.
Like it's higher value,
It
higher
is.
margin.
I do love that you only sell to stylists because all these people are like, oh, well, you know, I can go online and
Good
get
luck.
Yeah,
Bombshell
good
or
luck. Good luck.
How many people
whatever.
have called and be like, "Hey, can I order like all this hair?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What salon do you work for?" They're like, "Oh no, I'm a consumer." I'm like, "Oh no, I can't do that."
Yeah.
You know what though? That means so much to stylists. That
Big
will get
time.
you so far
It
because it's
will.
absolutely terrible when the client can
Buy it everywhere.
buy it everywhere.
Well, you know, John Paul Mitchell went through this nightmare.
Yes,
Right?
I sure did.
He went through it
I
hard, and it was
remember.
hard for him to prove that it wasn't his
Wasn't his
stuff that they
stuff.
were selling.
Yeah.
Because you know, you hit a certain marketplace, and it was crazy, right?
Yes.
Was he
H-E-B,
making money
Target.
off of it? I asked him a few times. He said no, but it's everywhere, so there's still. But like, who buys Paul? Like
It's through
Paul
your
Mitchell
name.
products are worth, I think, 695 million.
I mean,
Patron was 5 billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Easy.
So-
all the money on Patron.
But-
Patron was more.
A
Sold
million
for
times
$5
more.
billion.
Instantly.
Paul
Holy
Mitchell's only
shit.
worth about 680 million. They haven't moved too far. Paul died in 89. JP was really smart. And he put a giant billboard up in Sunset Boulevard. I saw it when it first came up. And I was like driving down the road and I was like, what?
Paul
And it said
Mitchell.
John Paul Mitchell System with a picture of himself. There was no picture of Paul. I
don't know
knew
what he
Paul
looked
because I
like.
worked for him. There was Gene Brawl, the educator. And he was a master brilliant mind. But when he died, boom, he switched. And then he put his wife on there. And then he put his
Yes.
kid on there.
I think
He
most
became
people
a
did.
family business. He
Yeah.
became sports support.
Yes.
And he has a lower end Guardo. I'm not saying it's lower end hair salon and hair. They're all great. But it's a little lower on the shifting pole. And it's kind of created too many products. You know, this is that one thing, right?
Yes.
Specialized, keep
the
it
wet
pretty
line
tight.
is too big.
It's way too big. And
Yeah.
it's too, but he's got $5 billion right now. What does he care
Yeah.
about Paul Mitchell?
That's true.
I mean, he does care about it. I know he
If there's
loves
too
it.
much to
Yes.
choose from, though,
And his
it gets
education
lost.
Is
system
JP still involved with Paul Mitchell?
absolutely will be forever.
Forever,
You
you think?
know, forever. That's his baby. He started that back in the day with Paul, when they did it from a baby
He
on.
lives around here though.
Yeah, he
I
lives
want
around
to
here.
meet him. I want him to
Wait,
be my
he's in
mentor.
he's in Austin.
Oh,
He's,
should meet
you
him.
know,
Like out here.
He
lives out
does?
here, yeah.
yeah, I just hung out with
How
him
do we get him?
recently.
Yeah, right? I'm like, I asked him, like, can he be my mentor?
I feel like
But
Giacomo could get
he's
him.
not really
You just
doing
invited
doing
him
anything.
This podcast.
He's just relaxing.
Okay.
He's getting
That's
old.
what you do when you have $5 billion.
Well, and he's getting old. He's never stopped
Wasn't he
working.
like
He would
85
come
or
to my shop. I mean, we were really good friends here. But I would cut his hair and his son's hair, and I always did all their ads, like all their stuff that they did for years. And John Anthony and my daughter were like little girlfriend, boyfriend from when they were little babies, right?
Aw.
Like little cute kids together. But he'd come to my salon, and a client would be there. And he'd be like, walk over, look around, find Vogue or Allure or whatever, pick up the magazine and show him the advertisement in for like skinny hair product. And he was he's a salesman.
Yes.
He never stops.
Never
He
stops selling.
didn't have like a proud moment like, oh, I'm John Paul Mitchell. Well, yes, he, you know, his name and his identity.
Yeah.
People like Paul Mitchell. He's like gets up
No.
and stands up
He's
and
not Paul
accepts.
Mitchell, though. He's
He's John Paul.
Delorio.
I know,
Yeah.
but like people don't know. He owns
Yeah, people
diamond
don't know
companies.
that though. The
They
He's
branding,
Paul Mitchell,
they
but
think
Paul Mitchell is the guy he teamed up with.
Correct.
Yeah,
Right.
Paul Mitchell died
Right
89.
away,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, when it was-
everyone thinks JP Delorio.
Brilliant
Whatever
marketing.
his name. What's his last name?
Not
John
us,
Paul Delorio.
Not us OGs. We know the truth.
But
Yeah, we
he's
do. We know
he's
the
the
truth.
company. He's the creator of it all. When they met, I'm not gonna make too fun of Paul, but he's one of the best hairdressers. He opened up the first unisex hair salon in New York ever, right? Jean-Pierre Safati opened up the first unisex hair salon in America in DC. He opened up in New York later, but he created a product line. He was a very good hairdresser, Paul. But he created a product line. It was called like Fluff Your Hair, Darling. I don't know.
terrible packaging, terrible
stuff.
name.
but-
Called Fluff Your Hair.
something so
It's something
stupid.
cheesy.
Something
Like,
dumb. Anyways, when he met JP,
Yeah. Oh my God, I die.
I
Sorry.
die.
JP came up with like, Paul Mitchell Product Systems, you know, Avapui shampoo.
Yes.
Oh,
You
I
know, the
remember
number
that.
one, the number two, the conditioner. That made the billions of dollars.
yeah.
That leave-in
The
conditioner was
conditioner.
$1 billion.
It was amazing. Yes.
That made so much money for that company. And the Avapui shampoo smelled like watermelon. Everybody loved it. You know what I mean? Hawaii watermelon.
Yeah.
But,
And then the silicone.
and then
shit.
Freeze and Shine.
They're
Freeze
super
and Shine.
skinny.
Yeah,
Super
yes.
skinny.
Super
And the
skinny.
Super Skinny came out later, but he kept,
Yes.
pushing.
Freeze and shine.
Freeze and
I
Shine was the
haven't heard
first
that in
one.
so
I
long.
used their
Yeah.
sculpting foam.
I had it on
and
my thumb
Freeze
for
and
like
Shine.
3 years.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, in high school with my permed hair.
Yeah,
And
hell yeah.
Everybody's like, your hair smells like a fruit salad. I'm like, yeah, Paul Mitchell, baby.
Paul Mitchell,
I mean,
baby.
like, it was amazing.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
brilliant for the time.
And then he had
Oh,
the
he's brilliant.
academies.
Period.
Yeah.
Well,
Period.
he's worth $5 billion.
Yeah.
$6 billion.
Well, he has 2 diamond companies. He's got Delorio Diamonds.
And his daughter's like a
Diamonds?
drag racer.
She's a badass. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's so cool.
She's a drag racer.
Drag
She's like
racer.
a
She runs.
professional
She
car
runs with
driver.
Patron.
Oh, my husband
Patron
used
racing
to
fuel
race
in her
cars.
car.
He actually used to
Yes.
race for Porsche.
It's
No
the
way.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Googleable.
Oh,
That is cool.
that's
yeah.
cool.
If you Google Nathan Swartz, he
Oh,
knows.
that's
Get
cool.
out of here. I would love to
Yeah.
hang out with him
He's awesome.
because I'm like an amateur.
He'll teach you. He like loves to teach people how to drive. But he used to do like all the Grand Prix. But he raced Porsche Cup cars. Started in super trucks. Went to Porsche Cup cars.
I
and
love
then,
that guy.
I know he's awesome, and he's like the most chill. He's huge too, so everyone's like, "You were a race car driver," and he's like, "I had to prove myself
How'd you
anytime
get
I
in
got in
that
the car
car?
because he was the big ass guy that knew how to race."
That's a,
He drove the pace car for Coda like last year, which was pretty cool.
That's
like the
pretty
kids
cool.
thought he was so cool, and he's
That's
like,
pretty
"This sucks."
I'd
He
be
never
like,
want to
"You're
like
so cool."
actually ride the.
It'd be so
pace car.
cool.
Is he a Porsche guy?
He's a Porsche guy. I just got rid of my Porsche. I had a Macan Turbo, and I
Oh.
fucking loved that car.
Why'd you
but
get rid of it,
'cause I have
kids?
3 kids. They were kicking me from the back seat. I was like,
Right in the side of the
I
head.
had to get some TVs.
Man.
Yeah,
Had to get
and I
some-
wish you know what? I wish I held on to
I
that
had to get
car.
some TVs.
Yeah, I need to get some
Your
TVs.
husband in an
So true.
No, so his dad collects Porsches now. He has like the Porsche. Like I'll send you some photos. When we were just in Orange County, we drove his 911 RS down PCH, and I drove it. And I actually put it on TikTok. It's on my TikTok. And
That's
I
a
was like,
sexy
damn,
car.
this is nice.
I
Like,
have an RS.
No,
you do?
kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys would get along.
And actually, so my gold one I bought from a guy just down the road, like just in this same complex.
Oh,
The warehouses on the left side,
yeah.
a guy has 50 Holy Grail air-cooled Porsches. And he's
Sick.
buddies with Jerry Seinfeld, and they actually trade cars back and forth.
Oh.
And then he's got a full shop with a full staff. And I'm like, hey, you guys build hot rods? They're like, no, we just work on John's stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like his hobby.
So
You'll
Nate's,
see it on the left-hand
Nate's
side when you
best
go down.
friend
I did see it,
is
but I wasn't
he
sure.
works for
He has 50
Ferrari.
cars in
Oh,
there?
nice.
He has
Yeah,
50,
and he does.
like Holy Grail air-cooled Porsches. Like
So-
one of 5.
What would be your favorite car to drive, though?
You know, I'm not a car person, but I remember being like super young and seeing this really fabulous woman in a Jaguar.
Oh, yeah,
and I was
sexy.
like, when I'm 65, I'm going to have a Jaguar.
What color?
I love
convertible?
white.
White, convertible?
I want it to be vintage. Like the
Oh,
new, I
the
don't like
vintage
the
12,
new.
the V12.
Can I
baby.
tell you what I learned to drive on?
What's that?
An XJ8
Yeah,
Jaguar.
baby,
'Cause
that's a
my
good
mom,
one.
Dallas,
Nice.
Dallas.
she refused to get the white Tahoe that every mom had. She used to drop us off in her Jaguar, and I
Yes.
was like, "This is so embarrassing." But now I'm like, "Dude, she
So
was
sexy.
She was
badass.
cool.
She was
Yeah,
cool.
So that's
cool.
like I said, I'm
It's
not
a
a car.
heavy car.
I'm not a car person.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I
It is
want
heavy.
They're a beast.
Like
Yeah,
a
but
vintage Jaguar.
It's awesome. And then so my dad had a Porsche that was similar to that, had a whale tail. And I'm like, dude, why did you sell that car? He's like, I know who has it. I'm like, let's buy it back. He's like, that guy will never sell.
No.
Never sell.
No, he knew what he got.
Are
The old one.
getting rare,
He knew what he got.
and it's hard to find good ones that aren't like
Thrashed.
rusty or the motor's toast. Or
Mm-hmm.
I bought mine from John Patterson, who is got 50. Just
Yeah,
down there,
that guy, yeah.
Because he's trying to whittle down his collection so he can buy more. So, anyways, I got lucky, but his collection's nuts. And
Well, if you need anyone to work on it. So my husband's best friend, you know who Dick Wolf is? He's the guy that did CSI, all those, the writer of it.
Yeah.
That's him. He's his personal mechanic. And he has like 150 just rare cars from Ferraris to Porsches and stuff. He flies them to Santa Barbara, stays in his house. The guy's got like a staff and he works on 5 cars at a time.
That's amazing.
from
and
here.
From here. Yeah. And then he also works for Ferrari.
Okay. Is he
So
around here?
he lives with us actually.
Oh.
So he had kidney cancer, and so we kind of took him in, and then he's kind of like Uncle JD. Like we
That's
just
cool.
took him in.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So if you need a mechanic like that actually knows his shit,
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Problem with these cars, I mean, I have 3 kids,
They're
Yeah,
expensive.
right?
you do too. Yeah.
Guardo. And my brain has an Italian brain in there. And I grew up in Rome, where
Mm-hmm.
you're like, we're madmen. I have been on 2 of the biggest cop chases in the entire world and never got caught. Thank you, Lord.
Like cops were chasing you?
Oh, I had like at least 30 cops
But
in a
was it
helicopter
like
chasing
Italian
me.
Cabrera?
No,
you
here,
write a
here,
memoir?
Guardo, here
I
in
feel
America,
like
in
you can't
Washington,
die with all
DC.
this.
Absolutely not.
He does
Yeah.
have a book, actually.
Oh, you do?
I do have a book.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're
called
gonna- that was
God, Hair, and
alright.
Superstars.
Plug your book. Plug
Yeah.
your book.
Plug
God,
your
Hair, and
book.
Superstars online.
What
You
is
can buy
it?
it on
Wait,
God,
say it again.
Hair, and Superstars.
Shit.
God.
God, Hair, and Superstars. So like
Jesus
spirit.
Christ?
No, God is not Jesus,
Oh, okay.
unless that's an opinion.
No, I'm
That's his dad,
It's just a
right?
spiritual concept of a life throughout this world. I mean, I'm sorry.
He's like, I was involved in a cop car, and I also
Well, I
have a
wasn't-
book.
I
By
wasn't
the
sure
way,
if
By
you
the
said
way.
got hair or if you said God hair. So-
God,
Oh,
hair,
God, hair.
and superstars. So it's just this conversation about the world that I walked through. Martial arts, meditation. I mean, I met the Dalai Lama, came to my shop and hung out. I met so many amazing
Who are
people.
you?
Medalia was bald, bro.
Guardo. He came, my girlfriend.
what does guardo mean?
Oh, look.
Look.
See.
Okay.
See.
Wait, how do you say it?
Guardo. Guardare. Guardare means looking at it.
roll my R's.
And then guardo means look. And it's just something I can never get it's like our slang. And
It's like bro.
Okay.
It's like,
like bro.
Look.
Bruh.
Look at
Oh
that.
my God, bruh.
But yeah, I had a lot of unique things. It's so amazing to have. I mean, I grew up in Rome, Italy, in a very spiritual family. We have our own church for 606 years. Our farm is 606 years
It's
old.
just so cool that you're in Texas now.
Yeah, why are you here?
I had
All the
children.
coolest people are in Texas now.
Okay,
Just
well,
Moved
True.
here for
And
babies.
All the coolest people are actually in Central Texas,
okay.
and that's why I was saying like this is the new.
This
spot.
is
And where
we
do you
have
want to
to be.
raise a child in this world?
That's why we moved from Orange County
That's
to
why I
here.
moved here.
Because I wanted to raise my
Isabella's
children
my
here.
24. I moved here 2 months before her birth.
I
She's
love that.
24 years old. So she's going to be 25 on the 29th. And then I have 2 more.
Is that the girl who came here?
Isabella?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
She's a
first
nice
one, yeah.
girl, very
Okay.
beautiful.
So you have
She's
two. You have three.
Three
Three
kids.
girls?
Yeah. No, 2 girls and 1 boy.
Oh, same.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Isabella,
Son
me,
and
and
boy.
Maria.
I have all
Luca,
boys.
my-
Of your son, giving the
Isabella.
middle finger.
My kids
I have all boys. So yeah,
You have.
I have 3 boys. I have almost 10, 9, and 4.
Wow.
Damn, he's beautiful.
I
I
have
mean,
a-
they're all beautiful, but yeah.
I have a big spread. Mine are 19, 14, and 6.
Shit, girl.
I have a 7 and a
The fact that you have a
4.
19-year-old is
That
amazing. I know that
hair.
hair.
Yeah, she's my apprentice now.
Oh, she is?
She did
So my
that.
niece is going to cosmetology school.
That's
She's
And
so
doing it in
cool.
high school?
she's 24 as well.
Okay.
You want a bald one?
She's going to Aveda in
Oh, good.
Houston. And really, I sent her to Aveda because,
It's a
not
good
because I
school.
like Aveda,
I like the
but
team.
same. And I
No,
think that
they
they
give a
have
good
really
education.
good education.
Excellent.
I
The
agree.
best out there,
yeah,
in my
which
opinion.
I went to the Aveda Institute.
You
so
did?
I did.
I mean, I just like that I dated this really amazing educator from Aveda here in Austin.
Uh-huh.
First time ever dated a hairdresser in my entire
Wait,
life.
really?
Wait, hold
Ever.
on. That has to be
Ever?
so weird.
Ever.
Yes,
Were you
that
guys
does.
competing?
No, because I grew up, all the businesses are really professional, like in Europe and LA. You're not allowed to like date. You're not allowed to even like, none of
Yeah.
that shit's allowed.
No crossover.
No, zero. And so I never even thought about it, nor would I want to have like this girlfriend was a hairdresser. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
That does sound terrible.
Kind of like weird, who gets the bathroom longer?
Right. I totally agree.
You know, it takes me a good
you in
hour and a half to
competition
dry
with
my
me?
hair.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not an easy
out of
process.
my
And plus, I have to
bathroom.
detangle this thing, and that's a good 45 minutes in the shower
Do you
every day.
diffuse that
Yeah,
every day?
every day.
Oh, shit.
It's really curly.
You
I stretch it
shampoo
out.
every
do?
day?
Yeah, it's really curly. I stretch.
Do you use
Stretch.
GF product? Do you-
Only.
I feel like you would have to.
I have to.
Is that why you're like, I need something to tame
Well, I
this.
always create for my situation and
Mm-hmm.
for me
Okay.
in a lot of different ways.
I have
but I have
curly-ass
to
hair,
love it.
so I need
You know
to
what I
use
mean?
it.
No, yeah.
If I don't love it, how do I sell it?
I don't sell
Yeah.
anything.
That's why I
don't
switched to
love.
Millbond because I loved it and
Yeah.
I had to love it.
And you have to
Everything
use
was
it.
like falling short. I was like, ugh.
I
You know why? Because Millbond hasn't sold out
Yeah.
to one of the
Is that-
big like, because that's what happens.
So I
right?
haven't tried Milbon. I use
Oh my
Oligo.
God, girl, you've-
So I
I went from Oligo actually
You
to
did.
Millbond lightener. You'll never go back. It's
God,
faster.
I love the black light. I love
It
the black light
feels
oil.
softer.
Okay.
I don't know, girl. You
It's
just give it a try.
faster?
Yes.
Faster than extra blonde.
Yes. And I'm telling you, I went from Oligo to Millbond.
I don't know the-
Oh,
For
multiple
sure.
phones.
Yeah.
That's why I can't do it.
I have 2
Off
phones
topic.
and like I'm
can't.
getting messages on one and not the other, and so
I just mated my phones.
Do y'all
I've unmated them and
y'all
then I
do
mated
Apple
them.
Watch,
I
right?
do, yeah.
So like I'm gonna have to because I lose my phone all of a sudden. Like
Yeah.
I never lose things. And recently I set it down and forget about it, and then I can't find it.
Yeah,
This
when
is
I'm
what
working,
I do.
have to be able
Series,
to switch going
call
on.
me now.
You can do the whole
I'm
ping,
screaming.
Yeah, you can
Siri.
ping it.
ping thing too.
It's
Yeah, I
also
do.
like I put my clips on it.
But I can't wear the watch
Oh,
thing
yeah,
because
do
I get
bra-
too
my
crazy with the
bracelets.
extra watch.
No, because then you're like it's going off all day, right?
I wear this really cool watch I want to share with you girls
I-
because we live in a
I
very
love
high
watches.
energetic field with 5G around us constantly.
Yes.
And the back of this, there are 2 chips that
Of
protect
course.
you from all the microwave rays.
You were going to say that.
Yeah, me too. I need something like that.
And they put a field of energy over you so nothing can come in.
Can I see that watch?
Yeah.
Did you
It's a
design
Philips
that
style-
watch?
No. It's
That
a,
was
he have
what
a
was coming
plug?
next.
it
yeah.
came from Madonna back in the day. But that's a
Madonna?
Philips. That's a Philips Stein. That's a Philips Stein watch.
Can you replace this glass?
Yeah, I just broke it in martial arts the other day.
Oh.
That's bad.
Did it
Working
come?
on-
Did it
Hold
fly
on,
off?
why is there
I
two-
just train a lot, and I have my watch on with a friend that I train a lot with, and
why is there
they had a watch, and I tack Italy and here.
Oh, okay.
One's for Italy, one's for here. But yeah, that little chip on the back,
I
those
love
chips.
watches.
Yeah, I do
And
too.
see
I
those
have
chips?
like
Those
a
are
men's
Tesla
tag that I
chips.
wear.
So
And
is
if you
this
look
the
at it, it says
only, like, is the
Only company that does
does
that.
this?
Yeah. I have them all for my kids and my family,
So cool.
everybody.
He's got 2 time zones on there.
Yeah.
Close to his heart.
I love it.
And I have to know when to call my family in Italy.
Yeah,
you
you
know what I
really-
mean?
you
I
really
get confused with these time
Well,
things.
hairdressers, we don't math.
We
so
don't
we don't.
We
math.
don't. That's right. We don't.
No, but I do big numbers.
Yes.
My brain's like, 100 million, that's the kind
Yeah,
of
I
numbers
like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Number?
100 mil?
Yeah.
That'd be a nice
Good
number. A bill is my number coming in 5 years. I'm selling for a
You gotta,
bill
like,
for
you
sure.
gotta write it down and
I do it.
act
I
on
create
Manifest it.
and-
I create 5 doors. So I spiritually do my meditation, and I walk up these beautiful stairs through these clouds, and then I see 5 doors. And each door I've created every year, and through that door, and I create everything in that each door. Peace, time, details, this, that, what I want, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do the program to get there every day. And I stay in this moment constantly so that I can be functionable. After 5 years, I'll be opening up healing centers for sure. I've already opened up a couple here with some people,
I need to go to those.
but I do advanced healing, with ketamine therapy and all the good shit for people to get out of trauma quickly.
I
Side
need that.
effect of my life is I've met a lot of rape victims
Mm,
as being a hairdresser.
absolutely.
And I've got to say it's probably 65, 75%. It kind of breaks my heart.
They-
What are you
And-
talking about? 75% of your clientele has been raped?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm one of those.
yeah.
They talk about it.
I
to
need
you,
to do.
too.
Someone talked to me after Lyme actually to do ketamine therapy, and I'm like, freaks me out just to get into like an alternate
Oh, yeah.
space. I don't know. I think it's because I love control, and that's because I grew up in
It's tough,
chaos.
but maybe MDMA therapy or maybe shroom therapy.
I've been-
Yeah,
it was
no,
cool.
we have
We
two
got hot.
centers that I use. So one of them I helped develop in this whole process. So like it's, morning yoga, crystal bath healing, ice plunge, sauna, and then ketamine therapy,
Interesting.
minimum.
Are
And
you
then
in Wim Hof
and,
breathing?
and then well, I do that. The Wim Hof thing is breathing is cool for a lot of different things, but I do the breath of fire Kundalini style, because I'm a big Kundalini guy in yoga. The Wim Hof thing is cool. I get it. We do a lot of sipping of air for deep diving because in Italy that's like your hobby. We don't have
Really?
much to do. The Mediterranean's flat. You
Deep
can't
dive.
surf. We spearfish, and we go as deep as we can. But you have to sip air. You hold it. You do it a few times. It's kind of like Wim Hof. You expand all your oxygen. Boom, you're down. 60 feet underwater, chilling.
Are you spearfishing with a Hawaiian spear? Or
No, we use no. In Italy, we have a long forchetta, long
It's a long
fork,
spear with a
triple
yeah,
thing,
and a
yeah.
sling on
Yeah.
the
and
end,
you
and
at
pull
5
it
years
up.
old, you get no rubber band. You're not allowed. None of
you're not
that.
allowed?
Not until you're like 18.
Yeah.
I got a gun at 18, the spear gun. But
Yeah.
if you're a kid, that's how you teach you. You don't want to kill anybody by accident.
My
Lot of-
husband misses spearfishing the most
Yeah,
from
that's my
Orange
miss,
County.
too.
Oh, you too?
Nice
And he
one.
used to do that too. He would go under the kelp patties and he would do that breathing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, where the fuck is he? It'd freak me out because
Get
he could stay
scared.
down for so
Wow.
long
So
and
long.
he'd come up with like a huge sheep head.
Yeah, you're
And I'm
like,
like, what the hell? And I'm not like a big
Yay.
seafood eater or anything, but he would come up and make ceviche.
oh,
It's
big
kinda
thing.
badass.
I
That's
love
what I like.
He's
seafood.
kind
It's
of-
like
Ceviche on the
some
beach.
wildlife.
Yeah.
It's king, baby. A little
Yeah.
lime, little lemon.
He's a manly man.
Man
yeah.
to man.
Yeah, he's a
I'm a
manly
man to man. I had a 700-acre farm up until COVID. I ran 150 head of sheep on my farm, 250 chicken. I really liked it for a long time. Our farm in Italy is olive oil, but we have our social food and our social, every house in Italy has everything you want to eat in your backyard. The
So
fruits, the
incredible.
vegetables, the trees. You grow up in these cultures. People are like, oh, you're so old. I'm like, our other house is 1,400 years old, and our other house is 2,500 years old in Rome.
wild.
You know what I mean? Like in Italy, it's not that big of a thing.
No,
It's weird.
That's just the culture.
Here, they're like, well, and I'm like, There, it's like, oh, whatever. Your house is only safe.
we have
My
no
family's over
idea.
here at 3,500. You know, I'm living. You know,
We
it's
have
just.
no idea what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
No, it's
exactly.
hard. Here, it's like 250 years, I think. I met the oldest Texas owning properties in America in South Padre.
Oh.
They're the largest, oldest family, and I loved interviewing them and talking to them. They took me horseback riding on their properties, and I was like, God, amazing.
My parents own one of the oldest bed and breakfasts
Oh.
in East Texas.
Oh, that's
actually.
cool.
It's like a very small town, and they bought this Victorian home, and it's still,
Oh.
it's like mine in the will. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this
Keep
Victorian
it.
They
home?
have guests.
Keep it.
They bought it because they built a ranch out there. My dad was in the oil business. He retired young, and he bought a ranch, built this ranch. Well, they bought this house to live in while they were building this ranch. And it was kind of my mom's pipe dream to have this Victorian home. Very cool property. And it just sits vacant right now, honestly.
It'll be
So-
something to pop up later in your life.
Yeah.
It's nice to keep some of these proproperties.
Yeah,
It's
they're
kind
not
of
making
freaky.
Well,
Yeah,
for
it's
kids,
definitely-
for kids, it's
definitely
important
haunted.
to see
For sure.
the
It's got
history.
like, it's got like these little like stairways up it. And you're
Oh,
like,
it's got some freaky
it's
stuff.
freaky.
People do get scared. Our houses are only lived in by our families.
Nobody else.
Nobody else.
So then you're like, oh, my ancestors here just haunting me, but it's not really.
We don't
haunting.
really get that because we're very spiritual. You know what I
Interesting.
mean? I think you only get hauntings when you die empty. You know what I mean? You're a little lost. You don't know where to go.
Or if somebody gets murdered in the house.
Those things too. We've never had that kind of stuff. But I sleep
Drop
in
the
this.
hammer.
Straight murder.
I'm just saying, because like I'm trying to fall asleep. My wife's watching like whatever murder.
Oh my gosh,
mystery.
yes.
Like-
My
like-
husband
like,
always says, if
she
I'm gonna
puts in
die.
it, like Netflix, like the keyword is murder. I'm like, what are you doing?
Same.
And then it's like all this, like she's like trying to find the right. Like last night we watched the hitchhiking, axe wielding hitchhiker.
No.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And it's like- We watch lots of murder stuff.
I can't watch
That's
that
funny.
stuff.
I watch it too.
I fall
my-
asleep in like 2.5 seconds as soon as my husband turns the show on, so I don't ever see any
Oh
of it.
my god,
I
I don't.
listen-
I am
Turn
up
on,
till
like,
3
a
a.m.
Vietnam War movie or something, and I'll fall asleep, and she'll be like, "Dude," and then she'll change it to her murder thing or whatever.
That's funny.
Sex in
That's
the City.
I live off of like 528 gigahertz sounds. My house doesn't. I don't watch movies.
What
Yeah, what is that?
528.
Thank you.
So it's just like a really natural sound vibration. So there's 528, 999,
So you have like a
728,
tuning fork in your room?
and there's the black screen is just sound. And then I watch a movie occasionally, but I can't
I
can't
just-
watch
I like
murder
music.
movies because I'm too empathic. And
Yeah.
I can watch more like James Bond shit. You know what I mean? Yeah,
See,
they're
I'm
killing a
more
bunch
of
of
an
people, but
empath
it's all
like in
fake. And I don't
person.
care.
Yeah,
But if
it's
I'm
like-
If I see
watching,
a
like
woman
you're
get
right.
killed,
Like if
I
I'm
get really
watching
sad.
it online,
Seriously.
like
or if there's
And I
just
watch
not, like,
murder.
involved,
yeah. But
Like, oh my
if
god,
like
they
someone
went through
sits in
this
my chair and they're
torture.
like, there's something twisted, I can feel it.
Yeah, big time.
But if I'm watching it on TV, like I don't feel it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Television's interesting. My kids and I just didn't watch it.
It didn't
They weren't
happen to
even
me until I
interested in the
had children,
phones.
though. Like, I feel like I was able to watch scary, stupid movies, and then once I was a mother, I was like,
True.
oh, no, I can't watch this anymore. It really
Yeah,
hit
those
home.
things.
If it has anything to do with kids, I don't love it.
No.
Just in Italy, we never watch. Our television doesn't even come on until 6 in the evening.
What do you
We
mean?
only watch one movie.
There's
a
no,
night.
there's no streaming.
No
There's no
streaming.
streaming or anything.
No
We have late
Wi-Fi.
television. Still today, it comes on late. And you
That's-
never,
I've been
nobody watches
exposing-
TV.
I've been exposing my daughters to like 80s movies.
I love that.
Love that.
That's such a
All the
great
classic stuff. I'm like,
So
hey,
good.
tonight we're gonna watch like
16
Breakfast
Candles.
Club.
My husband had never seen it. We watched it the other
16
night. He was
Breakfast
like, how have
Club?
I never seen
So
16
good.
Candles?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
such a
16
great-
Candles.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
great
they're
one.
Classic.
What's that one with the robot?
Oh, Weird
Johnny-
Science?
Johnny Five is alive. It's
Oh,
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen
Yeah, they're
that
all
one.
interesting.
I feel like I'm more
Classic.
90s. Like I've seen a good.
My
you know,
kids just
90s.
did not.
These are so classic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right?
That's
My
a-
kids did not let me watch. They didn't want. They were not interested in television.
I mean, that's great. I wish mine weren't.
I wish
At
mine
all.
weren't either. My kids like are obsessed.
You give them an
Same with
iPad, they're
mine.
like, get rid of that
and they
thing.
zone out. I'm like,
Yeah.
like
Same.
I'm actually asleep in bed, and my kids are watching TV because it's like 7 in the morning on Saturday. And
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my dog's trying to get out, and I can hear him
Oh
like,
my
scratching at the door, and they're right beside him.
Yes.
No.
I'm like,
moving.
"Hey, guys,
Let
Every
the
day.
I'm in
dog
bed
out.
sleeping. I can hear him that he wants to get out.
Yes.
Can you please open the door and let
Yes.
him out?
No.
Yes. I said that this morning.
Spaced
I
out.
literally said that this morning.
it's
My kids have
called
the VR.
Unbothered.
Oh, they have the VR.
And I'm like, why did, but the grandparents got them the VRs, right?
Yeah.
And so getting them off the damn VR, the dog scratching, I can fucking hear the dog.
I know. I'm like,
the
I can hear
fucking
the
dog
dog. I'm
out.
asleep. So can you guys open?
I wish my kids
They're
like
just
played video
unbothered.
games. 5
No,
seconds.
you don't, man.
Yeah, I was
don't
gonna
do
say,
anything
why
like
would
that.
you ever
It's
wish that?
toxic.
What is
Don't
it?
I mean,
wish
they never
that.
gave me a break.
Oh, that's
not
that's
cool.
that's what you're wishing. You wish for
They
the
never
little
gave me
break.
that break. Now I guess it's cool because we just all hang out and chit
You guys,
chat all
like,
the time.
Play board games?
No.
Like, you just
Just
hang
talk,
Get a
art,
trampoline.
make
It's
stuff,
life-changing.
introspective, huh?
do a lot of activities. We're
Jumping on
super
a trampoline
active.
is
A lot of
like-
swimming.
I don't even know
A lot of
what
adventures.
It does. Like it's
We love trampolines.
freeing.
You got a trampoline for your kids?
Yeah, well,
My
he's
son
6,
is
so
amazing,
we
but
got it for his birthday.
He
and
landed
it-
on the back of his neck like
Oh,
3 years ago.
No.
And he looked, and
Don't
he's
tell me
6'3",
stories
right?
like
but he looked
that.
like he squished
He's
into like an
6'3"?
accordion.
6'3", dude?
Yeah,
He's a beast.
he's a beast. My
Wait,
kid, my
how
daughter's
tall are you?
6 feet. I'm 6'1", but my mother's 6'2". My
Oh,
grandfather's, everybody's 6'6". I'm
Yeah.
a little
I
one.
thought that Italy was like.
We're giants. Our whole
Okay.
family are
Shows
giant,
you how much
giant
I know.
redheads.
No, we don't try to.
The more
flirt.
north you go, the bigger we are. We're
Interesting.
more. So south is more Middle Eastern,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right? Greek. Like we have 2 Greek cities in Italy. They're Greek names. Everybody's Greek. It's weird, but we have a lot of that. As you go, Rome is like the middle ground,
Mm.
and then as you go north, it gets more and more white and blonde. You go up to Torino, it's like super white, super blonde, and they speak Italian very slowly.
What are
But
the
the-
hair textures as you get like
a lot of
north?
curly hair.
Okay.
We're a big
course.
curly hair
So
crew.
it is like yours.